Alright guys, what is going on? Today we are doing the weekly pro wrestling wrap-up. I believe this is week 4 or 5. I'm not sure. But I don't know if we're going to continue to do it this way. I'd like your guys' input on we should continue to do it this way, or with the original way when I just took time and made cool graphics. I don't know. I decided to do it this way because I've had a webcam for about a year now. I've never used it. And I figured, why not use it now for these weekly pro wrestling wrap-ups, and maybe start doing it for breaking news. I don't know. We might start doing it this way. Let me know down in the comments. So I want to start this episode out with saying Samoa Joe finally, I've been waiting on this forever, wins the NXT Championship. Long time coming. Do I think this means Finn Balor's going to be on Raw? Not this week. Not next week. Payback is when he debuts. This is why I say this makes more sense to me. Is he comes in at Payback, AJ Styles loses, and y'all guys, if you up to date and you know what's going on with the Bullet Club, Finn Balor was a leader. Finn Balor leaves. AJ Styles kind of takes over. So they're both in WWE now. And what I'm thinking is, if AJ Styles loses, they're going to show allegiance to Finn Balor, and that is going to basically say what their line is. And so at Payback, AJ Styles loses, they beat the shit out of AJ Styles. Finn Balor comes out, hits the coup de grace, forms the Bulletproof. That's what's going to happen. Pretty sure of it. They're going to, I don't know if they're still going to do this little light thing. You know, every time post up the light, it's the Bullet Club, Balor Club, Bulletproof. What the fuck are they going to call it? But, I mean, that's what I think is going to happen. But it's really about time that they let Samoa Joe win that title when he's been probably one of the best wrestlers they've had in NXT. As I need to fix that real quick. That was getting on my nerves. It's the Blue Snowball. Pretty sure y'all see me use it before. But, so we start off Raw, and with the thing I want to talk about on Raw is biggest thing. Vince McMahon did not go through with another WrestleMania match. The match was good between Shane McMahon and The Undertaker. Why I'm saying this is because now that it's been a couple weeks since WrestleMania, the match has made no sense. Shane lost, therefore Shane was not running Raw anymore. Undertaker lost, Undertaker left. Shane's running Raw. Shane's running Raw already now after he lost. So I understand letting him run one day of Raw, and that was because, you know, Vince is, you know, retarded, gives the fans sometimes, gives them what they want sometimes. I get that. I like that, but not 2 more weeks, 3 weeks. Makes the story just seem stupid to me, and this is what I've seen other people say is they just try to get views, and they did it, and it was a good match. But maybe they can do something more with it, like the Authority versus Shane McMahon. Pretty good. Sounds good. Booking. SummerSlam, Shane McMahon versus Triple H. Major talking points for Raw. The tag team tournament continues. Vaudevillains beat Usos. Enzo and Cass beat the Dudleys. Enzo and Cass are my fucking favorite tag team. Their mic work is insane. I've said this about them in NXT. They're the best. They're going to be the Vaudevillains. It's going to happen. They had a run-in on SmackDown, and they went back and forth, which was hilarious. But if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. Raw. We had Jericho versus Sami Zayn. Jericho versus Sami Zayn was awesome. Jericho wins by pushing him into the ref. Sami Zayn goes around, hits him with the code breaker, and wins. Now, Sami Zayn did hit through the turnbuckle DDT, which amazing to see. And what I think set up this match was, I remember it was Shane saying that at Payback, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, so they made, you know, different opponents matchup, basically mix up for matches tonight, or that night. So another match was, just said those 3. Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose wins with the Dirty D's. That match was the best match of the night. Or you could say it was when the New Day versus the New Day and all the New Day, and Cesaro versus The Miz and League of Nations in that like 4-man, 8-man tag team match, which was good. Cesaro wins it for the team. Sorry about that, guys. Cesaro wins it for the team. Pretty good fashion. Good match. Really great match. Now, that's really all I want to talk about for Raw, except I forgot to add this in. My bad. Another thing you wanted to add into what we were talking about at the beginning of the video was the thing where Book Club, Roman Reigns was talking, and freaking Book Club beat his ass. Okay. You see, this is what made me think that AJ was going to go to the Book Club. Then when he comes out, he's telling Roman Reigns he does not know it. He didn't have anything to do with it. He doesn't need his friends to beat him. He doesn't. AJ Styles the best. But that is my Raw review for this week. NXT, No Way Jose debuted and beat Alexander Wolf pretty easily. American Alpha versus Enzo and Cass was fucking awesome. American Alpha won, obviously. I don't normally do NXT, but I watched it this week for once. I usually just do Raw. I mean, I sometimes watch NXT, but normally just the takeover specials. And I just watched it before I started this, like an hour, a couple hours before ever. So, it was okay. Now, this is TNA. We'll get to the TNA part. And it starts the week off with, you've seen, I think last week or earlier this week, I made a video stating that Orthodox was reportedly, sorry about that, whew, too late, need to go to bed, but was reportedly in talks with TNA, and if TNA didn't make a payment, because they've been funding the TNA Impact tapings, they were going to own majority stake of the company. Now, I get up yesterday morning, or this morning, I think it was, and not necessarily. Now, some multi-billion-dollar company, multi-million-dollar company who helped save Segway and helped save another company is supposedly in talks to partner with TNA. This is really, really good for TNA. I'm ecstatic. Great job, Dixie, finding another company to partner with, because the whole situation with Orthodox and the Harris Brothers being Nazis, something like that. I've heard there's being Nazis. They wore a Hitler shirt or whatever back in 2002. Not good for the company. Whatever they do, separate themselves from those guys. They got to. So I think this deal with this new company would be pretty good. So, and TNA is actually in the Impact Zone taping and stuff like that. So Slammiversary has been announced for Orlando. I don't like going over spoilers here. I have heard a couple spoilers about a new talent debuting, a woman named Sienna or something. I did look at that one because it was like retweeted or something, and I looked at it, but I don't normally like to. That's not something I would like to do. But I do hope we see Marche Rocket in a couple of weeks. I do hope we see Legionnaires from NXT there. I do hope we see Cherry Bomb and Pepper Parks. Those are some pretty good people. And another thing that I heard was Caleb Conley. If you watch Paragon Pro, which was on Pop TV before TNA came in and took over Pop TV as a wrestling company there, Caleb Conley was the first champion there. And Caleb Conley has some of the best matches I've seen in a while versus Jesse Sorensen. So if you never heard of Paragon Pro Wrestling, look them up on YouTube. They're pretty cool. Now, they're not on Pop no more, sadly. I used to watch them every Saturday morning. Pretty sad that they didn't stay there, but you know, whatever. We got to get back to the TNA this week. We have four matches. We had 3 matches built. There was build going into them. The first match was obviously the ladder match to determine the leader of the Knockouts. This match is the only match I didn't like on the whole show. I'm not saying that it didn't. I'm not saying that it didn't live up to expectations. It was too short. I feel like they'd have given Oh, my screen just turned black. Oh, shit. If they'd have given him, like, maybe 5 more minutes, it'd have been a lot better. But Maria wins by getting a candlestick and beating the shit out of people, whatever. Runs around, barely gotten in the matchup. Pretty good pretty good powerbomb off the ladder by Jade to, from Marty Bell to Jade. And another thing I want to note that leads into something later is, Rosemary from the Decay takes Gail Kim. That leads to a Decay getting their match versus Beer Money for the TNA Championships, which is Beer Money's last match. Back to the match. Maria wins. New leader of the Knockouts. Should be great. I hope she changes everything. Velvet Sky has been released. Christine has been released. Honestly, I'm pretty sad about Christine. She was pretty good. She's been in TNA for about 10 years now. Velvet Sky, let's be honest, she was good for a little while. Angelina Love carried her ass. I mean, if you're Angelina Love, Velvet Sky fans out there, I'm sorry to say this, I didn't think she was that good of a wrestler. I'm alright if she leaves. WWE can take her. I think she's married to Bubba Ray, so I think a manager role with the Dudleys would probably be pretty cool. That's what I think should happen with Velvet Sky. She did great. Thank you. Sad to hear you go, but I didn't think everything she was that good. Maybe when the Beautiful People first started, maybe she was that good, but not really much of a in-ring talent that was that good. But we're going to get on to something else. So, there was an announcement that next week is Sacrifice, and we're going to get to see Beer Money versus Decay, which Decay are fucking awesome. People say they're not good. The rip-off of Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family, they're not. The Wyatt family does not have a chick. They got 3 people. They're the evil clowns. The Wyatt family are not evil clowns. They're evil fucking hillbillies. So, total difference there. But they keep taking Velvet Sky and doing these crazy cameos and shit. I fucking loved it. Now, onto a match that I'm really, really glad I get to see. And I wish they'd get a little bit more time too. Now, these matches should have a little bit more time, but I know they had to be short because they were building up to matches for next week's Sacrifice. Now it was DJZ versus Eddie Edwards versus Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee wins, obviously, which was an awesome match. These guys killed it. 5 more minutes would have done them justice, but what happened at the end? Andrew Everett's back. If you watch Bound for Glory, I watched it. I paid for it. Don't know if I'm going to get it this year. But Andrew Everett hit like this crazy fucking move off the top. I mean, he hit like fucking 8 spirals down there. I mean, it was pretty cool. So Andrew Everett, Trevor Lee. They could be tag team champions and hold the X Division championship at the same time, with Gregory Helms there to back them up. How awesome does that sound? Then you bring in Pepper Parks. Hopefully he'll be in the X Division. I don't know. Not really watching that much, wrestle that much. So, Marsha Bucket, who they signed, I've seen wrestle a lot. Watch Resistance Pro. I've seen him wrestle a lot. So, he comes into the X Division along with what they already have. Andrew Everett, Trevor Lee, Eddie Edwards, DJZ, Mandrews. Sounds like it's going to be a cool X Division. I'm pretty happy with what they're doing with the X Division. Another thing they built for next week's Sacrifice. Bram turns on Eric Young. Says he wants a match. He's tired of being his lackey, basically. And Eric Young pretty much announced that it was going to be his last match too next week. Sad to see him go. They're better. I'm sad that Bobby Roode and Eric Young are leaving, but I feel like they'll be good wherever they end up in NXT. But and Eric Young cuts off Bram's beard, saying Bram only grew that because of Eric Young. So that's next week. Now another match I didn't know that was even going to happen was Al Snow versus Mahabali Shera was actually not that bad of a match. Ooh, often a match I'm being sick, but not that bad of a match. Al Snow wins by getting brass knucks. If you watch the TNA Asylum, Heelcast, whatever, I do watch it. I do listen to it sometimes. It's a podcast. But I wasn't a lot of podcasts, so you know what I mean. But they talk about how Aiden O'Shea should be in this role. He's the bully, and I totally agree with what they're saying there. Aiden O'Shea would carry Mahabali Shera. Al Snow carried him too. Mahabali Shera is not that bad. He just needs a lot more work in the ring. So when Al Snow finally gets that Wrestling Academy over, maybe bring over Mahabali Shera. Just saying. But, you know, Al Snow wins. Kind of sad that I did not get to see my favorite tag team in the whole world, my favorite wrestler in the whole world, Robbie E. and the Bro-Man, to go out there and do some work this week. It did not get to happen. Hopefully, we're to see him soon. Now, also they announced next week probably one of the best talent in TNA has, Eli Drake, is going to be doing a talk show next week. Let me talk to you. Where he's going to be telling everybody who's dummies. It's going to be funny. And I've seen a lot of people on Twitter and a lot of people good feedback for this because he's got better charisma than The Miz. Now, Chris Jericho, I don't know if he's going to be better than Chris Jericho's highlight reel, so not really knowing how good it's going to be. They failed with the Ken Anderson show. Huh? Or what? They failed with that one because Ken Anderson drug problems. I hope he's better. But, you know, that's going to be next week. Now, next week, again, they've announced that. So far we have Brand UI next week, Beer Money Decay, all for titles. Then we have announced too is Mike Bennett versus EC3. Another match between these two. Perfect. Gonna kill it like they did last time. That's next week. Then also next week, Tyrus, Drew Galloway. Tyrus and Spud beat the crap out of Drew Galloway this week. Tyrus gets his opportunity. Do not see him winning. I think this is just to reassure everybody that he did win that Bound for Gold match. So I think that's the only thing that is from a Bound for Glory, that he gets the title shot whenever he wants. I do think that was the only reason that they gave him this match. Don't get me wrong, I like Tyrus. I do really do. But the perception he's got, because he was brought as Clay, I don't know. There's a lot of Tyrus fans, I mean there really is, but when it comes to it, a lot of people are not going to want to see that because they saw him as Tyrus, and who really liked that? That's, I mean, just being honest, who really liked that. So, the main event, I Quit match. Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy. Was it better than the 2009 version? I say it was a tie. That was a brutal match. I mean, Matt Hardy fucking threw a chair right in Jeff's face. He was trying to, he had set up two those chairs. Matt Hardy was on the other side of the barricade. And Jeff Hardy comes running. He hits the second one, chair right to the face. And Jeff Hardy goes back there. Matt Hardy goes back there. Matt Hardy hits him with something over there in the production side of things. And then Jeff Hardy and they go fighting over their Spanish Announce team. Supposedly they're already gone. Don't think they were ever there. But yeah, Matt Hardy, I think, suplex Jeff through the barricade. Jeff suplex Matt through the barricade. Stand him up on the tables on the top of the announce table. Gonna climb a ladder to jump through. Then looks at the crowd, points to the stairs, goes over to the stairs, jumps off, swanton bomb through the tables, no contest, epic moment. Great moment. Great job TNA doing that one. Jeff has had two crazy bumps from that last set of tapings, which was one was swanton bombing Eric Young through a table on the staircase. This one was jumping off the fucking staircase that was randomly on the side over there. Jumped off that, and then Matt Hardy sends a tweet out after the match a couple days later that he's done with wrestling. Don't know. Do not tell me the spoilers if you people know if he comes back. Don't you? You do it. If you watch this and then the spoilers and Matt Hardy comes back, don't you say it. This is going to do it, though, for my Pro Wrestling Weekly wrap-up. Didn't do alright this week. Didn't record on my TV for some reason. I didn't get to watch it. I don't know why. But this is my weekly Pro Wrestling wrap-up. If you missed the Lucha Underground review, go check that out. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. As always, Monday will be the first game of the ALDS for the Cleveland Indians franchise. And I am out. Thanks for watching.